Tap in, tap in, tap in. NDO Podcast, episode, I think 38, 39, one of them, maybe 40, I'm not sure. It's your boy Stony, and we back, man, back with another one. So, want to give a big shout out. Let's do this. Let's do it regular how we do. Shout out to YouTube paying the bills. Shout out to YouTube for allowing me to be on one of the best platforms in the world. Excuse me. Um, Shout out to X Man Rico, DJU, um, and yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the channel, man. So we're gonna get into it. So yeah, man. Had to take time out. Had to take time out from learning this whole edit. I've been learning the business, bro. This whole YouTube thing is a business, man. A lot of people don't know. Before you start really posting anything, I feel like posting. If you really serious about YouTube, posting is the last thing you're gonna do. But I had to take time out because I was letting um I'm just learning about a whole bunch of new stuff for YouTube, and I was letting that take away some of my time to you guys, because um, one thing good about the world is you could eliminate the middleman with a lot of this stuff, and you'll be like I was telling somebody just now, you'll be surprised how much people have money, but they'll need somebody to do the thumbnails for them, but they can't find anybody to do the thumbnails, so they can't bring their YouTube video out. You gotta know how to do everything in this shit. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta know how to do everything, bro. Yeah, we back, man. And we talking about we talking about King Von, doing the King Von conspiracy. I'm gonna get a microphone soon, but I was handling. I apologize for the last two episodes. I was kind of thrown off. I've been handling a lot of serious issues in my personal life, and now they're almost gone. So I can really be myself, and um, yeah, I apologize for those last two episodes. But through all of this, YouTube was really helping me. Being able to do my YouTube was helping me get through. It took my mind off a lot of serious issues that I was going through, and I'm grateful for that. You know. So I'm almost out of hot water. I'm almost got a couple more weeks. That should be fine. And if I didn't do that, there would be no YouTube or podcast. So I had to really take breaks and do a lot of paperwork and meet with a lot of people. And like I said, I'm only one person, so like I said, I was fighting for the channel, and I don't mean fighting for the channel as far as dealing with YouTube. No, YouTube has nothing to do with this. I was fighting for fighting for just existence, because you know. But anyway, we here. It's nighttime where I'm at least, and yeah, we talking about the King Von. We talking about King Von and everything O Block and OTF tonight. So it's one of them nights. This is OTF Vonnie Father, and basically, I guess tonight episode gonna be about just uncovering things in the case that we haven't uncovered before, basically. So I'm gonna let this man talk a little bit.
For those that love Von, Unc. Other than that, Hassan.
Unc, what you on, gang?
It is what it is. Got to let the world know to disassociate my nephew with Mickey Mouse. Ain't no free Dirk, long live Kevon. We got to separate that. That's an oxymoron. Period.
That's deep. You starting to deep already. Well, welcome to DJU TV. It's definitely a blessing to have you. How you feeling tonight?
I'm great under the circumstances. I hate I'm here having to do this interview because everything was supposed to be taken care of. His exit was already written. It ain't nothing that I had to do with that. But as Muslims, you're supposed to rectify the situation. It's called blood money. People on the internet talking about, oh, he thirsty for some money. No, as Muslims, you pay the family the blood money. That's it. That's all. You drop a bag off, I drop it to Tasha. She gonna do what she's supposed to do with it. It's been almost 5 years. Have people claiming Islam and y'all ain't playing the blood money. Ain't nobody perfect. I might have would have backdoored somebody that wasn't close to me when I was 20-something years old for $3 million and I already got the money. How easy is that? Especially your mind ain't there and you don't know the person. But once you exposed and once you caught, you got to fix the problem. You ain't fixing the problem. That's why I'm here talking about it. Muslims supposed to cover their Muslims' faults, whether they right or they wrong. But
now, I don't want to make this whole interview about him, because it's not really. Hold on, there's a truck in the background. I want to make sure I'm not screaming over it. I don't want to make this whole. I don't want to stick on what's his name, Hassan Craig. I don't want to stick on Hassan Craig too long, but I just keep paying attention. Keep paying attention to where he says blood money. He keeps saying blood money. Keep paying attention to where he keeps saying blood money, because that one right there, that says a lot. Like, and this interview came out months and months and months ago, almost a year ago. Shout out to DJU. You can go to his channel to check it out. This interview came out months ago, but I always kept thinking about everything that he said. And at the time, I don't even think I had a channel. And if I had a channel, I didn't think I had enough subscribers to go live. No, I had a channel, but not this channel. And my other channel is like kind of garbage right now. But this nigga right here, I'm trying to put my finger on something. They taking out the garbage right now. Got this truck passed. I'm trying to put my finger on something, and I don't want to stick on him for too long, but I can't say he a dirty nigga or not. Like, I don't know.
I ain't finna keep on dragging this on and he getting the pass because he a celebrity. I ain't going like that, and I'm throwing my son under the bus first because couldn't nothing had happened without him. And guess who we work for, though? That's what it is.
Man, we on fire already. Well, I heard the phone call between you and DJ Academics, and you know they included Wack 100. It took me a while to listen to the whole thing, okay? The reason why it took me a while is because, you know, I'm King Von's former DJ. I say that every interview. They get tired of me saying it, you know. But I feel like at this point in my life, it's important for me to say that because Von's career and his death led to my career. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I do respect his name in that way, okay? And DJU TV has become a great platform for the city of Chicago, one of the biggest platforms on YouTube as far as this hip-hop street genre, right? And so, in addition to that, I got a son on the way. My son gonna be born next month.
Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. And so when I see your father on the internet talking about his son, it stirs some emotions in me because I got a son on the way. You know what I'm trying to say? So it kind of puts me in a position to where I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, is this something I might have to go through 20, 30 years from now? You know what I'm saying? With my son, right? So we got a lot to unpack here. But I want to take it from the top. I want to get to know who you are. So can you tell us where you're from?
South side of Chicago, 89th and Cottage Grove, Byway, Morgan Park, Ada Park, Byway, 64th and Normal. Came into the foundation through the mob through 64th and Normal. So I really was Lamron and Ada Park. So that's where I'm from originally.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what it was like for you growing up on the south side of Chicago?
I mean, the city was the city. I mean, it's just what it is. The city was the city. At them day and age, it was gang banging, it was this, it was that, but just so happened I was cool with the Vice Lords, I was cool with the Stones, I was cool with the Outlaws, I was cool with the Travelers, I was cool with everybody, you know what I mean? So I was able to move around different hoods, and it wasn't no problems because, you know, interact with everybody. So I was good always.
Okay, cool. So when you was growing up on the south side of Chicago, you was in tune with all these different, you know, cliques, gangs, affiliates, whatever you want to call them. Were you affiliated yourself?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
How did you become involved?
Well, we started out as lynchmans, and then Pops was trying to press the older people to become GDs. We wasn't doing that. At the time, we was clicked up with 64th and Normal, and 64th and Normal, then they blessed us in, and everybody became BDs. A few people stayed lynchmans, the ones that wasn't getting money in the city, that was getting money out of town, so they really didn't have to worry about, you know, the taxation and this, that, and other, because anybody that belonged to a gang, once you get money, you got to pay fees, you got to pay dues, you got to pay taxes. So that's basically what it was. So for the lynchmans that was getting money out of town, they ain't had to deal with the Chicago rigmarole. Then they stayed lynchmen. You know, they didn't flip BD. But other than that, that's what it was, you know.
Were you admitted to any New York Juvenile Detention Center when you were younger? You need to know that a global settlement may be coming into...
Word. And so when you was growing up, did you have both parents in the household raising you?
No, I'm an orphan. My father passed before I was born, so it was just my mom and my stepdad.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that, you know. We've had a couple conversations before this, and, you know, I explained to you my situation, you know. But how did that affect you, you know, not having a father growing up?
I mean, whether I know it or not, it definitely affected me, because every man needs a male figure in their life, and not a grandfather, a person that's going to treat you like you're their child. You know what I mean? Stepdads and everything, and they're good, but every kid yearns for their father. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And unfortunately, mothers have been doing it on their own for a long period of time, you know? So therefore, some men will, man, why he talking like this, or why he doing like that? This man was raised by a woman, so he might have those attributes. But at the same time, he's still a man, but that's just what happens.
Yeah, I like that, for sure. Every little boy needs a man, you know, in his life.
And so, preferably their father, you know what I mean?
For sure.
I had several men in my life, you know what I mean, that guided me and showed me the ways, the do's and don'ts and the ropes, but it's nothing like a father. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother level of journey of respect to have a biological father, but you're not in control of that. God is in control of that, and God looks out for the orphans. He makes sure the orphans going to be straight, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm Muslim now, so this is something that was written on me when I was born. I'm born September 28th, 1975. In the month of Ramadan. My mother's born April 1957. She's born in the month of Ramadan. No such things as coincidence. You know, so it's just what it is. Once you understand that, you have to take everything the way it go.
Yeah, for sure. So when you was growing up without a father, who did you look up to, you know, as a male role model or father figure, however?
I say stepdad, you know, and not so much grandparents, because they got an older way of thing. You know, you want to be in with the hip and be in with the ongoing. The older grandparents, they just give you your morals and principles, and you know what I'm saying. But you really want to be like the younger generation. You want to be like the older people, the people that's, you know, right there. You ain't trying to be like your granddad, grandpa. You trying to be like your dad and things like that. So many different people in the streets, you know. There's real people that I come up around, you know, and that's what helped mold me and shape me.
Okay, cool. Now I understand from my research that you actually had a good relationship with King Von's father, Silk. Can you explain to us the dynamics of y'all relationship?
His mom, Silk's mom, and my mom, they grew up together. They went to elementary school together, and his dad and my stepdad, they grew up in Morgan Park together. So we've been together since birth, basically. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. He was the only child to maybe like 83 or 84 when his dad moved out to California and married his wife and had other kids, but we were both only children. So we were all we had as far as brothers. You know what I mean? That's it, because he's the only child and I'm the only child.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it here, man, real quick. So, where do I even start off, man? I don't know where I start off, bro. We about to get a little bit into we're gonna listen to more of what you gotta say in a minute, but I wanna just get into just the meat and potatoes of what we came for, really. And touch on a couple topics with Dirk and Von or whatever. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Miss y'all. Been working on a lot of projects, so haven't been really dropping like I want to.
Make a song with Tay. I can't make a song with Tay.
When live, he was like, he couldn't do no song with me because my name wasn't good.
Once you get to hear the motherfucker told, well, if they your homie and shit for real, you fucking in love. You better separate yourself from that shit. Make a song with Tay. I can't make a song with Tay.
When live, he was like, he couldn't do no song with me because my name.
And go to sleep. Like, no, I'm saying, like, in the feds, you gotta, like, take off your clothes, be butt-ass naked. No, you don't. This ain't a Diddy party. This ain't a Diddy party, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, when he come back from court, he has to strip butt-ass naked. No, you don't. Yes, like, put your hands up, open your tongue, and with your tongue out. You're lying. Look, with your tongue out, you gotta squat and cough. So, like, if you got something boosting your butt, it just come out. Dirk don't gotta do that because he Muslim. They the ones that make it do it first and go to sleep. Like, no, I'm saying, like, in the feds, you gotta, like, take off your clothes, be butt ass naked. Oh yeah, I'm out spinning his on top.
Y'all know, bitch, we out here. I'm up on UWAP home, tell her, bitch, you back there out here, gang shit. Yeah, let me come. We right here, yeah. Fuck that. What y'all do? We get a bitch. You know it's on here. Told you for them, Mike, fuck them. We got bitch. We stay out here. We got the bitch on. We ain't gonna put no guns in the camera. What y'all doing? Yeah, tell her, bitch, we love first. This our block, bitch. Why am John MOBST here, bitch? Y'all now we coming, bitch. Phone down. You boy. Yeah. Hey, Jordan, ain't you, folks? Yeah, y'all.
Marijuana in Texas. If I get caught with this little bit of marijuana, you ain't going to jail. Really? You ain't going to jail. That motherfucking marijuana charge you see on that bond, I had a hemp nub.
Yeah.
Them pens that Brittany Griner got caught with, they sell them in the smoke shop in Texas. Man, that's still a felony. You get caught with edibles coming on you from a place like O Block across the track. You're rich. $100,000.
you're rich. And the nigga bust a nigga head for nothing. If a bag involved, come and get you, bro. And sometimes it don't even be about if a nigga cross the line too much, the bag just extra. Right. Nigga just won't put you down. You know, 100,000 is a lot of money. When you from a place like O Block, across the track, you're rich. $100,000. It's like O Block, across the track, you're rich. $100,000.
So yeah, man. Played a couple clips or whatever. So let's talk about the Smurf trial, right? So the more I talk, the more I look into the Smurf, the Durkio trial. They got the O Block 6. They haven't been sentenced yet, and they put their sentence on a pause. And once they put the sentence for O Block on a pause, I already knew. I already knew, like, the feds got something tricky up their sleeve for Durk. Durk in trouble, bro. And you ask me, Durk is in trouble, bro. You know? My boy Smurf in trouble. And the only reason, I think the only way they're trying to bank on getting him is using snitches. But only thing, see, let me tell you, right? So this is what I was thinking earlier. I had to take a long nap. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was up for mad long. I got a project I'm working on. Hope y'all like it. Got a project I'm working on. I was working on that all night. But let me tell you what I was thinking about, right? So, Durk. Like, if I'm Durk lawyer, and this is also just speaking. This is also just speaking generally, right? So. I'm smoking my blunt, that's why I get pausing. So I'm thinking in my mind, right? The feds or the prosecution always, when they come to rap, they always use the lyrics to prosecute. But if you and I want to be a realist, even though I'm a realist, so I don't want to contradict myself, but if they're going to use 15 Durk songs, they're going to use 15 Durk songs to try to convict Durk. But when country music singers or when pop singers make songs, we pretty sure some of it is, we pretty sure they live some of it, and we pretty sure with Durk, okay, they're using before Durk got locked up, a part of one of his major selling points was that he's a real one, and the reason why he was getting sales was based off his realism, was based off the public perception was that he's doing what he's rapping. So let's be real. That's one thing. That was the public perception. With that being said, I'm curious to see what the jury selection is gonna look like. And when I say what the jury section is gonna look like, I'm not necessarily saying black and white, but I'm curious to see what the jury selection is gonna be, and is the jury selection they selecting, is that jury a fan of what kind of music are they a fan of, and what place do they play in the culture? And now as far as that part goes, the only people who would know that would be I guess another juror. But I'm just saying my curiosity, because they trying to use 15 songs that they picked out from Dirk's 5,000 songs. That's gonna be the determining factor whether he lives or dies, or I don't want to say it that bluntly. They're gonna get 12 people who we don't know, who's anonymous at this point, and they're gonna use those 12 people.
Songs or acting like you're on the net. This is the nigga.
They're gonna use those 12 people to determine if a famous black man, or if a man goes to jail, especially a famous one. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Shout out to YouTube for keeping the lights on. The best platform in the world. Shout out to X-Men Rico, 16 Shot and Visuals. Yeah, man. So yeah, like I was saying, they trying to use. I'll be bugging out. They trying to use his lyrics as a way to put the nail in the coffin on the case that I'm surprised. I still say to this day, I'm surprised that this is the way they went about doing things when it came to prosecuting Dirk. And if they ever was gonna come for him, I'm surprised this is what they used. Not saying they have a weak case, because they do got certain things I've been watching closely. And the one thing about me, I'm not talented like some of these dudes, or I can't really talk about certain situations or certain topics until I got a deep understanding about it, or at the least I've gathered a ton of information on it. And with this Dirk situation, I gathered a ton of information about it. So I'm just giving you my opinion, and that's what this channel is really about. It's just my opinion on what's going on in the culture. And right now, this thing that's a part of the culture is what's the main focus? Yeah, man, I got so much. I wish I could put a star. I wish I could put this. I should have made a separate playlist. I gotta make a separate playlist for certain things, man, because I'm finding everything the what I want, man. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. We up in here late night. Haven't had a good episode in a while, so I'm hoping this one. It's not because of y'all, it's because of me, because I was actually distracted as hell. And what I can say now is once you get your life in order, once certain things start going right for you, that's when other things start falling into place. But what I had going on, to be honest, bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all. To be honest, for my loyal fans, and I don't have that many for my few loyal fans. What I had going on, you know, they trying to put powers that be was trying to put my lights out, and I ain't talking about YouTube. So I'm going through a major fight that we are almost at the end of. By the grace of God. And yeah, so we talking about Smirk and Devon right now. And it's still information that's coming out all these years later, but it's still information coming out on Vaughn because Smirk is jammed up right now. So it's like they two peas in a pod. It's all sort of one and the same in a way, you know. So they got the O Block 6. They got the O Block. I'm thinking this. Are they gonna try to use the Are they gonna try to use the O Block 6 being locked up to use them snitching on Dirk to be the nail in the coffin? You know, it's looking crazy for Dirk. You know, every time it look like Dirk get a one up, it's a one down. You know. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. We rocking out tonight. Even though even though we be having main topics, we about to introduce sports. We're about to introduce sports to the channel. I've been saying that for a while, but we haven't been doing it. But in honor of the playoffs, I want y'all to look out for some of my sports videos I'm gonna be bringing out. I got a sports channel I'm dropping soon, and I hope people like it. So I'm becoming a real YouTuber right in front of your eyes, like, cause I don't know how much I want to bring sports to this channel, but I was thinking maybe drop a channel just about sports. Period. I don't know. Saying, but we could chop it up about, I don't know. We could chop it up about anything, really. But yeah, man. All these years later, we still talking Smirk and Vaughn. And Smirk, he's still here, so we gotta talk about him, but it's just looking crazy for him right now, bro. It's looking real crazy for him. Shout out to everybody in the building, bro. They got a lot of people snitching on Dirk case right now, bro. That they banking on that. They banking on that, man. DJ Vlad said it best, and I'm gonna say this too. When you're a business owner, especially if you're not now it's one thing to be a business owner and be somebody that's at a desk all day. If Dirk was a CEO, then I feel like he would. Okay, let me tell you, if Dirk was a CEO instead of being a rapper, then I think the nail would be shut. Because being a CEO, in my opinion, being a rapper CEO, you would definitely have to make appearances and you would definitely be going here and there. But it's a lot of sitting around. It's a lot of being in your office. I was a manager before, and I did a lot of ish. But being a manager, it involved being in the office a lot and doing a lot of paperwork. So long story short, if Dirk was a CEO, the nail would be shut. The one thing saving Dirk is that he's a rapper. That's the one thing saving him, that he is a rapper. Because if he was a CEO, then he would be cooked. And we're gonna go back to periodically go back to the Hassan Craig interview. But chop it up with y'all, man. We talking Smirk and Vaughn, Smirk case. And new Vaughn information that leaked. you know, shout out to the loyal people that been rocking with the channel, following the channel. We been have ish going on here and there. It look bad for Dirk though, man. They not playing fair with Dirk. They ain't gonna play fair with Dirk, bro. They not playing fair with Dirk, my boy. And if Vaughn was still alive, he would be locked up too, man. But, you know, back to Dirk. Just watching the case so far. I see why he's not gonna go on trial. When I was watching, I'm not saying that Dirk can't articulate himself because, you know, being a rapper, you gotta talk. But Dirk say he type of person that when he talk, he say what he wanna say. And Dirk don't seem like he good at arguing like that. Like, I don't know him, but he don't seem like I feel like if he was to get on the stand, I feel like the lawyers would tear Dirk up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Dirk, so I ain't trying to be. I gotta be not. Oh, listen, let me tell you. When I'm on the show, I gotta everything I'm saying is not. I try to be non-biased on the strength of y'all. That's the part of you. That's the part of doing YouTube that I think a lot of people be forgetting too. You know, you know, you have a. You make the content and you choose what you want to talk about, but it is a certain level of thinking about what's entertaining and being fair and being non-biased on serious topics and serious issues, you know. But dude, let me tell you, we're gonna get a little bit back into the interview. I feel like we need to make this a 3-part interview because, dude, you know, I got my talking points. I don't know about a 3-part interview. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I got my talking points, and maybe we can make this a 2-part interview, maybe. Because there's a lot of things coming out, and OT Vonnie father was saying a lot of weird ish. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He was saying a lot of weird ish. He was saying a lot of weird ish, bro. Like, this is let's sum it up to how I feel, right? So, you OTF Vonnie father, to me it be sounding like, you know why I feel like a lot of people was rubbed the wrong way about OTF Vonnie father. It seemed to everybody the way he was talking, like saying when he was saying about the blood money, he was saying like basically it seemed like if he got paid, he wouldn't have said nothing. That's what it came off across. Like it seemed like, oh, everybody got money but me, so now I'm telling. So I don't know, that shit seemed weird, bro. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I'm trying to think of what other topics is really popping off right now. The Pooh Shiesty, and let's see what's Pooh Shiesty. It's Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane situation. We're gonna get into that now. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'll get out this little matrix I'm in on my phone. Yeah, man. That Gucci Mane situation, man. Dudes don't really know what they want to do.
Read between the lines, I don't settle for less.
Oh no. Can't do the
as an adult, you're a totally different person?
I do. I feel like I can grow and mature. Like the person I was at 10 years ago, I'm not the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the person I used to be, I'm nowhere near that. Like I'm way more mature. I'm way nicer. I'm way like, I'm just not the same, just mean person that I used to be. I used to be just always like, kind of like pessimistic. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't pessimistic. Now I'm optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like total opposite. Now I can see good and stuff where I used to always see bad. I ain't like, I used to be closed book. Now I'm open book.
Wow, in them.
Yeah.
But do you feel as an adult, you're a totally different person?
I do. I feel like I can grow and mature.
Were you admitted to any New York juvenile detention center when you were younger? You need to know that a global...
Before we listen to these couple clips, I want to say this is a reactionary podcast, MDO podcast. It's my opinion. I give my opinion on everything in the culture. I'll be a hypocrite if I said on sport. I keep putting in sports in my little rant that I make every so often. But we will be talking about sports, and we're gonna talk about sports this episode. Let's stop putting it off. But right now we're gonna talk about the Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty situation. And I'm gonna give my thoughts. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the strength of y'all. Gucci Mane let me down. I'm gonna say that, and I don't mean he let me down as far as the telling part. I mean he let me down as far as and we gonna get a little bit into hip hop, right? Gucci Mane, Jay-Z, P Diddy, whoever's considered a gatekeeper, they messed the culture up. Sad to say, and Gucci Mane definitely. I mean, it's like kind of a conundrum because on one hand, you know, Gucci grew up a lot, and you want to see any black man making that step forward. You don't want to see somebody be one of them people that they got potential, but they always back in jail, like how, let's say, a BG or be even possibly end up in a C Murder situation. If y'all know who C Murder is, that's a Master P brother. So before we run the clips, I'm gonna talk my spill a little bit on the Gucci Mane situation, and we're gonna talk about the hypocrisy of hip hop, because hip hop is a weird culture, bro, and it's the one culture where they say, you know, be gangster, but then when you do something gangster, you know you're in trouble for it, or this the one culture where you come in as a boy and everybody wants you to remain a boy. Nobody wants you to grow up in hip hop. That's the sad thing about hip hop. And the keeping it gangster mentality, or I'm trying to put my finger on it. Hip hop has changed so much, bro. I'm even throwing drill inside that, like, you know, even though drill would be considered a sub, drill would be considered one of hip hop's kids. That wouldn't be considered regular hip hop, but I still gotta talk about everything overall. Because this situation I'm talking about, I want the podcast to expand. I don't want the podcast to just be about drill. Because I changed a lot also myself. The last channel I had was all about drill, and I'm not all about drill. I want to talk about hip hop also. You know. So hip hop got the hip hop. The thing that always make me shake my head about hip hop is we got the mentality. we don't want to grow up, bro. Some of us, not all of us. And it's a young man's sport, but even though it's a young man's sport, we still need the older man to make sure certain things go right. But how is that possible? But in the black community, we don't have that. We never really had that older man to guide things in the right direction. That wasn't the older men that we had in the black community. They was the ones that was acting young, just because of the things they was doing. So that splashed off in the hip hop. You know. We're gonna listen to a couple clips of rappers talking about the Gucci Man situation. What you think about Pooh and Gucci? I'm finna do my own interview. My first interview since October. About everything that happened since October. I'm finna interview myself. It's gonna be $5.99. Now, listen, bro. Let's be real. On this, I want to try to bear with me, right? This podcast is for older thinking mind, and if you got a young thinking mind, you should stay because hopefully you'll hear something to change your state of mind. But let's just be real, right? We're gonna listen to what Boosie got to say, and I'm not gonna even sit here and say nothing about. I'm not gonna say Boosie capping or not capping. What I will say is this. I don't know what Boosie really did that. Okay, the situation. I don't know everything about the situation. I don't know all the intricacies. And to find out about all the intricacies, we would have to probably have a live. Matter of fact, we're gonna have a live about the Gucci Man, Pooh Shiesty situation. But are we talking about that right now? I don't know every intricate, but what I do know is a crime was committed while an officer was present. With that being said, somebody had to file that complaint, and when somebody had to file that complaint, I think it left Gucci Man in a crazy situation where it was like either he tell or he don't tell, have the police in his business, can't really get it back in blood because the police is watching. They privy to the situation, and now dude get out his contract. But I think Gucci was wrong because even though we know what the music business is about now, we know it's a snake culture. Who breaks the cycle with that? Like, not who breaks the cycle, but I'm pretty sure Pooh Shiesty signed the Gucci Man because that's Gucci Man. He's the trap god. Why you not gonna sign to the trap guy? So I'm not saying who right and who wrong, but what I am saying is dudes be talking out their ass. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll tell you how I feel about it then.
Man, this shit can't be real with this. Man, is this shit real? Hey, this shit real with Gucci. Ain't no way this shit, ain't no the internet be lying. You believe that all night? I said, you believe all this real? Like, this shit might be real, bro. Man, this shit might be real. I'm gonna see. The internet gonna tell you this shit real. The internet finna tell you this shit real.
Play the game with him every day. He ain't been on that whole 2 days.
He ain't been on the game, man, man.
Play that whole every day.
No.
Tell me, bro.
God. God. It's real, man. Folks say it's real. Man, it's real. Ooh, that walk went out like that.
You know why baby did that shit, man. You know how that shit go. That man mad, man. His wife put 12 on the gun. He can't have no control though.
Boy, you sound like the mother. Boy, you better sit up, boy. Boy, you better sit up. Boy, you better sit up, boy. Hell nah, I ain't nothing. I ain't scared to speak on that. That goddamn though, shit. Damn, what the what? Damn, man.
Reminder, if you were sexually abused, they don't get to decide when it's
God damn, man. I don't want no smoke, man. Man, it lost his motherfucking mind, man. This nigga here crazy, man. Man, what the man, them boys tripping about that. They had to be tripping about taking that chain back. Boy, that real disrespect right now, I can't lie.
When I did my video with Gucci Mane, I went to Atlanta and I met Gucci Mane for the first time. And we did our song, we did the video. He had one thing with him. It was a security guard, big tall bald head. He was a supporter. So when he met me, he embraced me like he supported me. He was like, hey bro, like me, my son, my nephews, like we embrace your music, whatever. I work for Gucci full time. And he was like, but anytime I ain't working, I provide you my services because I'm an off-duty officer. And I'm a retired police officer. That's what he said. I'm a retired police officer. With that being said, Gucci been having the same security guard for a while. So if I don't know what the going on, but if a move got put on WAP or however it went, I don't think it's WAP the one that's talking.
Hey, I
don't think it's WAP the one that's pressing.
Hey, listen, right? I was just saying that. Like, listen, right? You gotta listen, right? A crime was committed in somebody else's presence. So since a crime was committed in somebody else's presence, especially somebody who is in law enforcement, and yeah, some of y'all can say, yeah, you should tell them not to say it, but you can't tell nobody what to do, what not to do. He probably didn't even tell about the robbery, but he probably did tell that, you know, people put guns up to him, all type of shit. Like, who knows? Like, you never know what he said, but you never know what dude said. Shout out to y'all that's in the building, man. I ain't been kicking it with y'all like that because I've been trying to really, I kind of took care of a big situation, almost finished with that, and YouTube shit is a business, man. You gotta learn what you're doing, bro. A lot of people be trying to talk down on YouTube, but it's not really YouTube's fault, you know. Depending on what you're trying to do, you gotta be serious with it. You gotta know that YouTube is a business. And you also know that You know, YouTube got rules, and if you want to be on this motherfucker making money, you gotta abide by them, you know? Anyway.